Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Absol800 here, coming at you guys today with a new Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile. Finally back and able to get you guys a new video from me. I've been away from pretty much my channel for pretty much over maybe 2 months now, and I haven't really found time to give you guys a new video like I wanted to for this new format, but I've just been too focused on this current format, learning all the new stuff on all the new cards that have come out most recently in the new set, and also preparing for the new stuff that's already starting to come out, such as already the new hero support imports, such as Dark Law. That card's pretty much pain at this point. But anyways, I'm here today to give you guys a new deck profile, and today I'm going to profile my Volcanic Fire deck. As simple as can be, I'm pretty much counterparting my Burning Fire deck from many months ago and just reformatting it into the Volcanic version of that particular strategy that I've had. But just let me know. But anyways, I'm going to go through the entire deck list, and just let me know what you guys think of the entire deck down in the comment section below, as well as any changes, recommendations. They're more than welcome. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos from me, and I think without further delay, let's just get straight into the deck profile, and hope you guys enjoy. Alright, this is my Volcanic Fire deck, and this is pretty much just what I've been running for a majority of this format so far. Simply put, the new support card that came for Volcanics is pretty much this card, Blaze Accelerator Reload. Basically, this card gave the deck a new synergy of draw power, in the sense where during your turn or your opponent's turn, while it's face up in the spell and trap card zone, you get to send a volcanic monster from your or volcanic card actually from your hand to the graveyard to draw one card, and while it's in the graveyard during either player's main phase, you can banish it and send a volcanic card directly to the graveyard from your deck. Yeah, another volcanic card. So essentially, it's a foolish burial for volcanic monsters while it's in the graveyard, and it's also like a kind of like a hand destruction, almost pretty much for during each and every turn. That doesn't hinder you too much, and it's really awesome when it combos off with a good amount of cards in here, especially this little fire monster right there. But anyways, I'm just going to go through the deck, and that'll pretty much be it for the video, because I'm sure by now at this point a lot of players are pretty much familiar with Volcanics. But simply put, they're a fire deck that kind of focuses around cards, Blaze Accelerator cards that roam around, like, say, destroying monsters and burning the opponent's life points for huge amounts of damage. So for their main boss monster, Volcanic Doomfire, for example, has the ability to pretty much inflict 500 points of damage to your opponent for each monster destroyed by this card's effect. And another card of the Volcanic series is also Volcanic Counter. This is the one card that many players should be wary of when they face a Volcanic deck, because Volcanic Counter alone can pretty much just win you games alone. Alright, but anyways, that's enough of me rambling about it. I'm just going to go through the deck, and just hope you guys enjoy. And for starters, in the main deck, I am running triple Volcanic Rocket. He's your main Blaze Accelerator card searcher of the deck. Once summoned, no matter how he's summoned, you search a Blaze Accelerator card from your deck or graveyard to your hand. So if Blaze Accelerator reloads in your graveyard, or regular Blaze Accelerator is in your graveyard or your deck, you just search them directly to your hand. Really awesome. At 1900, really awesome base attack as well. Next, I'm running triple Volcanic Scattershot. This card pretty much acts like a one-sided Raigeki with added 1500 damage into the effect. Scattershots are really awesome and somewhat dangerous card that your opponent can pretty much run into. Its effect, simply stated, is when it's sent to the graveyard, inflict 500 damage to your opponent, and if it's sent to the graveyard by a Blaze Accelerator card, you can send 2 other Volcanic Scattershots from your hand and or deck to the graveyard and destroy all monsters your opponent controls. And while that happens as well, the other 2 Scattershots will also activate their initial effects, which is 500 damage to your opponent. And this card pretty much combos extremely well with Blaze Accelerator Reload. Like, once your opponent pretty much has a setup field of monsters, as soon as they end the main phase, you pretty much say end of main phase. Activate Reload's effect, discard a Scattershot in your hand and draw a card, and then at that point, Scattershot's effect will pretty much activate and obliterate the field. So that's really awesome. And the same can be said for when Blaze Accelerator reloads in the graveyard. Just end of main phase during your opponent's turn or during your turn, whichever turn, and just banish reload and send a Scattershot to the grave. But other than that, 3 Scattershots, really awesome. And then also the 3 standard Volcanic Shell. Once per turn while this card's in the graveyard, you can pay 500 life points to add another copy to your hand from the deck. 2 Volcanic Counters. If you guys have seen my Burning Fire deck, you'll know that I absolutely love this card. When you take battle damage while this card's in grave, banish it from the graveyard. Then if there's another fire monster besides Volcanic Counter in your graveyard at the time this effect activates, you inflict the same amount of damage you just took from that one battle to your opponent. So if you took a 1900 direct attack, your opponent's going to take 1900 damage. If you took a 3000 point attack, your opponent's going to take 3000 points of damage. And with both Volcanic Counters in the grave, they'll both activate at the same time simultaneously, so 3000 can be pretty much 6000 if your opponent's not careful. And note to self that this effect is not an optional effect. It is a mandatory effect, so it's the one card you really have to try and work around the mandatory effect of this card's effect. But other than that, I like running 2 Volcanic Counters, and I think it's a good amount in the deck. And it's worked well so far for me. Next, triple Firestorm Guard, Pot of Avarice for Pyro type monsters. What more can you ask for? Also, it really helps in the sense that it helps recycle your 3 Scattershots after a Blaze Accelerator use. So that's also really nifty and handy. And then I'm running the hand support, which is the 2 Fire Hand, 2 Ice Hand, monster removal, and spell and trap removal. And also, since Fire Hand is a power type monster, it can also be recycled with Firestorm guards. And then the one aforementioned Volcanic Doomfire, pretty much the boss monster of Volcanics, and is the one monster that has been difficult to summon before this Accelerator Reload has come out. And the way you pretty much summon Doomfire is pretty much in the first sentence of Blaze Accelerator Reload's card text. This card's name becomes Blaze Accelerator while in the spell and trap card zone. And Doomfire's summon requirements basically says it cannot be normal summoned or set, and it can only be special summoned by sending a face-up Blaze Accelerator you control to the graveyard. So that's also really awesome. And 3000 is nothing to laugh at, and it being a fire monster, it also combos really well with this trap card as well. But that's it for the monsters. Onto the spells. Blaze Accelerator Reload, pretty much standard one monster removal. If you discard a Scattershot while your opponent has, say, 2 monsters out on the field, you'll wipe out both monsters pretty much and inflict 500 damage. But it's a simple 1-for-1 trade just to get rid of a monster at the cost of your battle phase. Foolish Burial to get that extra power type monster in for Royal Firestorm Guards, or for that last bit of damage that I can do with a Counter and Shell combo. Raigeki and Snatch Steal, self-explanatory these 2. Triple MST, self-explanatory as well. Basic back row removal. Double Duality for consistency, for added consistency. Then for the traps we have Compulse, Solemn Warning, My personal tech of choice, Spiritual Fire Kurenai. You tribute one fire monster, and there's your cost, and then you inflict damage to your opponent equal to the monster's original attack. So that's one of the reasons that I love playing this deck right now, is because I get to play one of my favorite Burning Fire deck cards that I loved running in that deck, and I get to run it in this deck as well. This can pretty much just steal you games from out of nowhere. If you have to deal that last bit of 1700, 1600, 500, 1900, or 3000 points of damage, just go right ahead and do it. You can even do it in a chain if your monsters are about to be destroyed or sucked up by somewhere. And then the aforementioned triple Blaze Accelerator reload. If you guys have seen this card in action, you pretty much know what it does. And I've already rambled on about its effect and its uses, so it's a no-brainer as why you have to run 3 copies of this card. And then my other personal tech of choice, instead of Deep Prison, I'm running double Magic Cylinder, extra burn damage. And then 2 Phoenix Wind Blast and 2 Vanity's Emptiness. That's it for the main deck. And on the side deck, it's pretty generic side deck lineup, but you can pretty much adjust it to your liking however you want. I'm running 2 Maxx, 2 Vanity's Fiend, the 3rd Volcanic Counter, pretty much against Cleave Forts if they're not careful. Book of Moon, the 3rd Phoenix Wind Blast, triple Fairy Wind, double Light-Imprisoning Mirror, and triple Shadow-Imprisoning Mirror. And then for the extra deck, for rank 3, Wind-Up Zenmaines. If you guys have seen my Batteryman deck profile from a couple months ago, you'll understand why I was running Zenmaines. And simplest reason, this deck will pretty much make rank 4s mostly, as opposed to a rank 3, even though it's a rare occurrence that I can make a rank 3 with the 2 Volcanic Counters. But the only reason this is in here is for the rare occurrence that I run into an opposing Stygian Dirk. And that's pretty much the one reason why I'm running this card. If you guys go check out my Batteryman deck profile, you'll understand my reasonings for why I'm running 1 rank 3 in the extra deck. And then the rest of the extra deck is pretty much rank 4, your standard rank 4s. 1 Abyss Dweller, 2 Castel, 1 Daigusto Emeral, 1 Dark Rebellion Exceeds Dragon, 1 Diamond Direwolf, 1 Evilswarm Exciton Knight, 1 Gaga Cowboy, 1 Infernal Flame Vixen. I mean, you're running Pyro monsters in your main deck, so why not? And Lavalva Chain, Black Ship of Corn, Rhapsody and Berserk, Heartland Draco, and Ragna Zero. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's my Volcanic Fire deck, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's profile. All in all, I'm really having a fun time playing this deck. I'm really having a fun time utilizing fire monsters as the burn power instead of like a lot of the cards that chain burn and such. The negative burn decks use. I like utilizing fire monsters as my burning ammo, so to speak. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed today's profile. Let me know what you think, and see you guys next time. Thank you.